think we're... No, I don't... We're not recording. We're not recording this, are we? No. Yeah? Are we? Is it on? Wait, no, it's not on. Oh, wait, then let's just continue that casual conversation we were having. Well, that's just why I think that black people are... Wait, no. Oh, we are recording. Oh, okay. Well, I can still finish that. I think black people are great. Hi, my name is Sam.
I'm John.
That's my roommate, John.
I live here.
John lives here. And this is episode 4. Welcome to episode 4 of Podracers. The most famous podcast on the internet?
Probably.
You think so?
I think that's where we are.
Easily top,
7 million.
Easily top 7 mil. Crack that 7 mil.
I think so.
Would we be on the New York Times bestseller list if we were a book?
I think we'd be in the mix.
You think we'd be in the conversation?
Yeah.
Hardcover fiction?
Yeah.
Nonfiction?
I think,
Why is it nonfiction sound? Okay, anyway, let's get into it.
Yeah,
let's just get into it, okay? We have a lot of segments to get to. If you're unfamiliar with how the pod race works, well, welcome into the pod race drome.
You're now officially a pod racer.
You are a pod racer, and that means comfort. That means fun. That means you're going to have fun with us, and we're going to have some segments for you. A doozy. A doozy is the amount we have today. Some noises are happening in our backyard.
Probably the neighbors
You don't...
planning our murder.
There's a baby screaming. Screaming babies on the pod. That always is fun. John, are you gonna have children one day?
I mean, I don't know. The future is an infinite expanse beyond my...
Oh, boy.
I don't know.
Okay.
If me right now is who I am until I die, then no.
I certainly hope that's not the case for you.
Yeah.
I'm clowning. That'd be cool. You'd be a cool, 50-year-old like this.
You think so?
I don't know. I want to start a new segment called Space Jam, where we jam about space, where we just talk about space. So, jamming about space. Do we need a song for it?
Yeah, we need a song for every segment.
Okay. It ain't even a race. We're jamming about space. Welcome to the Space Jam segment. Space Jam.
So you just made 2 songs for it.
I did. I got very nervous and excited, and I didn't know what else to do. Okay, so space, the final frontier.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've heard.
It's pretty big. There's a lot going on out there that I can't really understand or comprehend, but it's really pretty. But it's also very confusing.
It's also very dark and not a place you can breathe in.
Right. That's true. All right. I think we covered it.
I think we jammed about space.
All right. End of that segment. It ain't even a race. You just jammed about space. All right. Cool. I think we covered it. Cool. And don't forget, Podracers, get covered. Healthcare.
That's right.
.gov.
That's
right. Get covered. So what else? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I have a segment for you.
You have a segment?
That's right, Sam.
You have a segment for me.
I do, Sam.
Okay.
So, Sam.
Yeah.
For the pod racers out there, Sam and I have lived together for...
We're roommates.
We're roommates. We live in the same building. What was I saying? Oh, we played this game recently where we tried to make Sam guess the melody of certain Alanis Morissette songs.
Yes.
So.
Right. You want to do that?
I am not going to do it with an Alanis Morissette song.
Okay, so you would give me lyrics to an Alanis Morissette song that I had never heard, and I would guess how it would sound, knowing the way she usually sounds. So
right. Well, they were songs you probably would have heard.
Well, fine. But I didn't. I have a very shitty knowledge of music, and it was mostly a guessing game, because it's kind of easy. You could just sort of guess how... So what do you want to do?
So I'm going to read some songs that were radio hits from our childhood.
Okay.
From, the mid-'90s.
Gotcha.
I have two that were in mind.
And then you want me to sing them
Yeah,
how
I'm going
Alanis
to.
Morissette.
No, well, I want you to try and guess the melody of this song.
Oh, but I don't have to go like I am.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're not trying to match Alanis Morissette.
Oh.
You're just trying to remember the melody of
Oh,
this
okay.
song.
Okay, well then, there's a shot. I might know it.
So this one, I don't think I'm going to give you the title because I think we've talked about this band before.
Okay.
So I'm just going to start reading the lyrics,
This is exciting.
and you're going to have to try and
Okay.
sing them as they would be sung.
All right, go.
Tell me, do you think it'd be all right
Tell me, do you think it'd be alright
if I could just crash here tonight?
if I could just crash here tonight?
You can see I'm in no shape for
You
driving,
can see I'm in no shape for driving.
and anyway, I've got no place to go.
And anyway, I've got no place to go. Is it a Sublime song?
Nope.
Okay.
And you know it might not be that bad.
And you know, it might not be that
I
bad.
feel like you're honing in on it a little better now.
Am I? Yeah, give me a
You were the
warmer or a
best.
colder.
You were the best I'd ever had.
You were the best I ever had.
You're getting warmer.
Ooh.
If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, I might not be alone.
If I hadn't blown the whole thing years ago, I wouldn't be alone.
Cold.
I wonder what people listening to this are thinking.
Witch's tit right now.
Okay.
And then here's the
Why
chorus.
are witches' tits so cold?
I don't know. Witches are evil.
No.
Something like that. Oh, they don't provide life. I think that's part of it.
Like a bit. Okay.
Yeah, they like destroy life as opposed to providing it. Anyway, here's the chorus.
I guess.
Tomorrow we can drive around this town and let the cops chase us around.
Tomorrow we can drive around this town and make the cops come around.
The past is gone, but something might be found to take its place.
The pest is gone. I don't fucking know. Who sings this dumb
This is
song?
the Gin Blossoms, Hey Jealousy.
Hey, jealousy. I don't know what. Okay, so, well, that was horrible.
Yeah, you did not remember that one.
I am all out of feelings. It's funny how much this podcast is just me singing.
I know.
I wonder if it's a nervous tick I have.
That you sing whenever...
That I sing when.
Well, because singing is like the most extreme
thing.
example of entertainment, and we're just
Hacky.
trying to entertain the pod racers out there.
Podracers, are you entertained? As a wise Caesar once asked, or the gladiator asked, are you not entertained? I'm that gladiator. I am that gladiator today, standing before you, the Colosseum of angry people, asking you a simple question. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
That's like a weird question, because if you say yes, it's one of those questions that like you have to say no to agree with
Yeah.
the person.
It was really poorly set up.
Poorly written.
Yeah.
All
Do
right.
you want to try another one?
No, maybe
Okay,
later
great.
in the show.
Great. I've got one ready to go.
I think the
for-
pod racers would appreciate a breather from all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think so? Well, then, do you have a
That's
segment ready to go?
I might.
Oh boy.
I might just. I would like to do confession time.
Great.
If
you
I-
know,
if I
you know
could.
how you can get into confession time then?
Ow.
You have to sing.
Oh, brother. Is this podcast going to just go into, like, the musical category on iTunes? Imagine if it did, and then you, like, it's a musical, and then you think, and we're, like, next to The Wiz, and we're, like, next... and that is fun. That is funny to think about. I don't know what's happening.
You got a confession?
I have a confession.
So let's sing the confession time song.
Okay. It is the confession time song. Bring in your bong. Singing your song. Okay, so my confession is I am so hungover today, John. I feel broken. I had a long night last night of drinking alcohol, and it wasn't like a fun hangover where I get a baby and a tiger and maybe Mike Tyson shows up, or then I go to Thailand and you got the...
Yeah, and Ed Helms doesn't marry Heather
What are you
Heather
talking-
Graham.
Ed Helms. What are you talking about? I'm just throwing out random examples of my usual hangovers. like I don't get that we're doing a hangover bit. Like I don't get the.
You are peaking so hard, by the way.
I am what?
You're peaking so hard.
My audio levels?
Yeah.
Good. I want to peak in some sort of.
Oh.
Right? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, my point is that I drank about. Okay, Podracers. Do y'all know about Steel Reserve? I assume some of you nodded yes, and maybe some of you nodded no. It's just like super beer.
I think a lot of them know what Steel Reserve is.
Okay, somebody might not. There might be a pod racer out there who's just like, huh? Is that like,
Well, let's read this can.
let's do what? Oh, well, we got a couple of them clanking around here like a real booze hound. I just sort
Oh
of
my
left all
god,
these...
this is like a quarter full, Sam. Ahem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. That's not a quarter full.
Yeah.
Well, there's about 6 others. Here, let's clang,
Oh,
clang,
this doesn't have any
clang, clang.
information on it. Does it? Where's the big one? Do you have a big one? There, you do. Grab me that 24 ounce.
All right, so we got a big old Steel Reserve here, and this was what led me to my path of destruction last night.
Extra malted barley and select hops for extra gravity.
You know who my favorite SNL performer is? Chris Barley. He did the Chippendales.
I'm just going to let you sit with that one for a minute.
Keep reading.
8.1% alcohol by volume. High gravity is what they call it. It's a high gravity lager.
You know what my favorite way to watch Gravity is?
Oh boy.
High Gravity.
When in a net.
Just go on. You don't have to comment on it. Just keep going.
I'm trying to find like the like.
Well, I drank about 5 of these.
Oh my goodness.
And I had a bit of a rough night. Threw up a lot.
So, can you describe?
Yeah. What it felt like?
Yeah.
It felt like garbage.
Okay.
I was super drunk and I was yelling about my favorite Simpsons characters who aren't Simpsons, and I was writing down lists. And,
Yeah, we both have our lists.
but I'm not a very wild drunk person. Like I woke up and I was like, oh boy, I wonder like what destruction happened last night, and all I saw was like a notepad that had like favorite Simpsons characters.
We're so nerdy.
So it was a pretty wild night. I don't know. I think Todd Phillips might buy the rights to it so he can make The Hangover 4. And then just about me.
I have a funny Todd Phillips story.
Ooh.
It's not really that funny.
Okay.
And only vaguely related to. No, wait. That's not. No, it is pretty funny, and it is incredibly related to Todd Phillips.
Wow.
When I was a sophomore in college, I lived with another bunch of like hardcore dudes, like dudes into hardcore punk.
Parkour?
Hardcore.
Oh, you lived with hardcore guys?
Yeah, like guys into
What kind of way does that describe people?
like the music they're into.
Metal?
Like no, like hardcore, like.
It definitely sounds to me like you're saying parkour.
Okay, well that's because your hungover mind is slowly shutting
So you lived with
down.
all these parkour men.
Yeah, all these dudes who did a lot of parkour.
But even saying hardcore is weird. Like, I lived with this hardcore guy. What?
Maybe I'm more subcultural than you.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Maybe I got the subculture bona fides that you don't have.
Possibly.
But anyway,
You
we
were
used
living
to.
with hardcore.
Yeah, so we had like a sort of torture procedure for any new person who would come into our dorm room.
Okay.
Which would be we'd put on Todd Phillips' NYU student thesis, which was a documentary called G.G. Allen, or I'm sorry, Hated the G.G. Allen story.
Apology accepted.
And it's unwatchable. It's the story of this like shock rock punk dude from
G.G. Allen.
Yeah. So he shoves a banana up his butt
Uh-huh.
and then throws that banana at a crowd of students.
I assume it's not peeled, pre-peeled.
Yeah, he shoves a peeled banana up his butt.
No.
Yeah. Like
How can
the
you do
mushy
that?
banana part.
Ugh.
And he just sort of like crams it up. It doesn't like go up there. It just
No,
like
of course
smushes on the outside of his butt.
I mean, you could in theory get a unpeeled banana.
Up your butt.
Yeah, because it's all sturdy.
Pod racers.
Go to your refrigerator. Do you keep bananas in a refrigerator?
No,
you
you're
don't.
not supposed to.
Yeah, why not?
I think it
I like
does
cold
something
bananas.
to the. It does something to the.
I don't like room temperature bananas. They're all mushy and
Well, good. Then you'll die. I
Tastes
don't
like
know.
G.G.
It turns it
Allen.
into poison. Did you know that? Keeping your bananas in the refrigerator turns it into poison.
does it?
I don't know. Yeah, it definitely does.
John, you don't have any information about those.
Okay, I'll look it up.
All right. So we got John on the internet looking up what happens to bananas if you put them in the refrigerator. And while he's doing that, let me tell you guys a quick, scary tale. So submitted for your approval by the Midnight Society. I call this the story of the old lady in the apartment. It was a Tuesday, like most Tuesdays, a morning, when my old neighbor, Janine, the old white widow as we called her, came out from her apartment room and said, "You know, children," and Janine had one eye, and it was a milky eye. She lost it in the war, the witch war, the war between witches and ghouls. I am...
Was there anywhere that story was going?
Didn't it seem like the answer to that is no?
Yeah, it did seem like that. You don't put bananas in the fridge because it stops a chemical process in the peel.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of turning yellow and then like spotty brown,
Mm-hmm.
it'll just go from green to black.
Oh, gotcha.
So it'll never be ripe. It'll just go... It's like if you put an unripe banana in the refrigerator, it'll go from ripe to just complete mush.
Mush.
Yeah.
So you were putting these up your butts with your hardcore friends?
Yeah, that's what happened. You totally didn't conflate...
So that's the end of that story, I guess. So, John, okay, I guess that's a little bit of a confession time for you as well.
Yeah, we shoved bananas up each other's butts.
You know what's really, really good? Banana-flavored things. I think banana-flavored things are better than bananas.
Did you know that Twinkies were originally banana-flavored?
What?
Yeah.
What?
The original cream in Twinkies was banana cream.
Oh, that sounds great.
Not vanilla cream, yeah.
Do those still exist?
I don't think so. I think... Oh, they might have done like a special one
To
a while
commemorate...
back, yeah.
For like the Bananas 50th anniversary.
Yeah, for the 50th anniversary of the banana a few years ago.
Yeah. There was that whole Banana Expo. I
Yeah.
remember. I
The
hope I have an expo one day where I'm the head of it, and I hope I can be speaking to a lot of people, and I can say, "Welcome to my expo."
Welcome to Fickman Con.
Yeah, it'll be a whole thing, and then I could like have all these girls behind me dancing in Iron Man outfits, and I could be cool.
Okay, so
Yeah.
can we just really break this down to what it really is, which is that you wish you were Iron Man?
I don't think that's what I want. I just want to be the head of an expo, and I want. Can we discuss? Okay, these Iron Man movies are fine. They're actually some of them real good,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a big problem with them. In that vis-a-vis, i.e., okay, the first movie he fights Jeff Bridges. The second movie he fights Mickey Rourke. I'm just saying right now. I think Iron Man could beat both those guys. There was not a second where I was worried that Jeff Bridges or Mickey Rourke was going to hurt Iron Man. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying if you're going to cast a villain, Jeff Bridges and Mickey Rourke, to me, seem like I'm not too nervous. I think Iron Man could beat up those guys. All right, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Who do you think is an appropriate Iron Man villain?
Who's an appropriate Iron Man villain? I don't know, like a Godzilla, maybe a monster.
Like, is Guy Pearce more...
See, then they got Guy Pearce in the third one. Yeah, I guess he's younger at least, and he's in better shape than those guys. He's not like a raging alcoholic, seeming like those.
But then, I guess, here's the problem that I'm having then, is because you seem to be sort of projecting their real-life personas onto their movie characters.
They're fed in real life.
In which case...
And in the movie.
In which case, I think RDJ is a more broken man than maybe not Nick Nolte.
I don't know if anyone.
Not,
Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke seems pretty.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke's a broken person.
No, he's good. But I'm just saying. Hey,
I would.
It's the.
I
I'm
would
just saying.
potentially.
Segment.
What I'm saying is.
I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is, I would potentially take Jeff Bridges in a fight over Robert Downey Jr. And in fact, I almost definitely would.
What are you saying? You would.
I would take.
You think Jeff Bridges could beat up Robert Downey Jr. in real life?
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges is in no good shape, and Robert Downey Jr. is in very good shape. How do you wear Jeff Bridges? I want to take Jeff Bridges over anybody.
I think.
I think John Goodman could beat Jeff Bridges.
If you got Robert Downey Jr.'s like sarcasm, I don't think you're good at fighting. I think you're good at backing out of fights.
Jeff Bridges is like a 70-year-old stoner. What is he gonna do?
I don't know.
I disagree with you. And that's the end of that segment. We had so much fun. 3, 4, when we are in Segment Town. You'll know it. Don't you run. Hey, baby. It was a segment, and then it ended. And now we go on with the show, and hey, you never know. All right, so I guess we can move on. How do you want to die?
We talked about this.
Did we? I don't think it made it into the...
Yeah. Oh, right. Well, I want to die. If I knew I was going out and they were like, you have a choice.
Yeah.
Just like a ton of morphine in a comfortable bed.
Yeah.
Preferably while watching diners, drive-ins, and dives.
You're in love with Guy Fieri.
Yep.
But
that made it.
Would you let him have sex with you? I haven't even said like something you would get from it. I just but you're already considering it.
He'd have to prove that he's clean.
Well, he wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
He could just lie to you and you could believe it because you want it so badly.
I want to watch a doctor draw blood from his arm and then watch that blood go through testing.
You don't want to see what happens there.
Yeah, well, because he's definitely got hep. He's definitely got the hep.
He's got hep 1 through A through Z. Do you think that anybody has ever actually, their last line, the thing they said before they died actually was "Good night, nurse"? Do you think anyone's ever said "Good night, nurse" and then died? Yeah.
I hope so.
Probably though, right?
Yeah.
With all these people that have lived.
Yeah, I mean, there's 10 billion dead people now? Something like that?
Is that true?
I think so.
10 billion dead people and 7 billion people on the planet.
Yeah.
Earth. So it's a lot. It's most of the people who have ever existed are existing right now. And if that's the case, then it's cool. We're all here. We're all friends. We're all on this little blue marble swirling around a bigger yellow marble that is swirling in God's own pocket. And hey, man, I like it swirled.
What just happened?
I don't know. I think I'm going crazy. I definitely am hungover, like I was saying.
Are you in that like completely lost hungover zone?
Yeah. Well, this morning was like really miserable, and I threw up like everything. I threw up everything. Like I got to the point where I couldn't throw up anymore, so I was throwing up nothing. I was throwing up like just my insides or something, but like nothing was coming out, but I was gagging. And because John made pasta sauce last night with meatballs, and I ate them, and when I threw up this morning, it was all red because of that, and I thought it was blood, and then I realized it was probably the pasta. But you know what? There could have been some blood in it. I just wouldn't have been able to tell. Anyway, John, how come no cowboys in the Old West had podcasts?
I don't know. I think it might have something to do with like.
That they just were too busy, like
herding cattle and
herding
stuff.
cattle all day.
Yeah,
but then I think it would be great to have a podcast while you're herding cattle. So I'm surprised that they didn't figure out a way to get themselves some podcasts. So while they're on like a cattle drive, they could do it, and then they wouldn't focus on all those million ways there are to die in the West. It would take their mind off of it. Because that's a lot of ways to die.
There are.
I'm not lying. I ain't lying. I hate when people say I'm not lying for some dumb thing. Like, hey, I'm not lying. That's a lot of ways to die in the West. First of all, why would I lie about that? Second of all, what even is this conversation?
I have some questions about that.
You got any more segments?
Not at the moment.
Ain't no segments like me. I am just a segment. So many segments. Okay, if you were Inspector Gadget, what do you think of the Inspector Gadget arsenal would you use the most?
Probably the Gadget Copter.
Gadget Copter, the helicopter that comes out of the top of his head?
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good one.
That was always my favorite.
I like
Although I do like the legs. I would like
Bouncy
extend
legs?
the legs and
Extendo?
yeah.
Yeah, what's the deal with him? Was he a robot?
He's RoboCop, at least in the origin story movie.
Is there a pilot, like the first episode, where he and like his partner go
No,
to a warehouse and gets shot up like a million times?
No, it's never explained in the series, but in the movie,
It's just implied that something horrible
I
happened.
guess. But in the movie, he's RoboCop.
In the movie, he's Matthew Broderick.
Right.
So-
In the horrible movie with Matthew Broderick, Inspector Gadget is RoboCop.
Matthew Broderick has made a lot of
Weird movies.
Yeah.
Well,
Remember in Godzilla where he's running around in New York City wearing a beret the whole time?
yeah, it's weird.
That is weird, right?
Listen, he killed 2 people, so
I'm sure he hears that a lot.
this is his penance.
You know what? He did kill 2 people, and it was in a driving accident. And then there was some commercial that played during the Super Bowl where he was in a car driving, but he was like talking to the camera while he was driving. Like when you're like doing insurance, like something he was selling, but he was driving. He is the last eyes on the road, Matthew. That's all I'm saying. Eyes on the road, Matthew. If I'm producing a commercial that Matthew Broderick's going to be in, I say, okay, one thing we're going to make sure is you just don't put him in a car because that'll make people think of
That time he killed 2 people.
And
in
I
Ireland.
certainly am going to also say if he is in a car, just make sure he's driving well. Just like make sure, like if we show this guy in a car, just he's 10 and 2 and eyes on the road and
Seatbelts.
don't have a thing where he's talking to the camera while he's not looking at the road. That commercial bothered me.
Brought back a lot of memories
Well,
of when he killed those 2 people in Ireland.
He's a good guy, I'm sure.
But he's killed 2 people.
Yeah, well, people got to die somehow.
I guess you're right.
People have to die somehow, and people die in way worse ways than
Getting hit at full speed head on by Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, a lot of people get
highway in
a
Ireland.
lot of people get killed by just nameless no celebrities in cars. Imagine getting killed by like just some random guy who isn't in movies.
God,
That would
what's even the point?
well, that'd be boring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think getting at least you got.
So you're coming around on this whole Matthew Broderick thing.
You know what? At least they have a story when they're in heaven. They could be like, how did you
You'll
die?
never believe who killed me.
Ferris Bueller killed me.
Ferris effing Bueller.
That's crazy. That's cool.
The guy from Glory killed me.
The guy from Glory must have killed a lot of people. He was a soldier.
Yeah. Do you think Matthew Broderick's victims hang out with Laura Bush's victims?
She also ran over people.
She killed 2 people in a car accident in college.
Does anyone ever just kill one person in a car accident?
I guess not.
It's always 2. You always get like kind of that buy one get one kind of deal with.
Do you think? All right. So the 2 people that she killed, the 2 people Matthew Broderick killed, and the 1 person that who was it? Brandy killed.
Brandy?
Brandy killed someone in a car accident.
Brandy, the '90s R&B
Yeah.
soul.
Yeah.
Stress?
At like the 101 405, like whatever they call that juncture. I don't know.
Intersection?
Yeah. There was like a pileup that she was responsible for.
What
and
year?
Someone died. 2006.
Is Ray J her brother?
Yes.
This family.
Yeah.
This family.
Did you hear? Oh my God, this is something that I'm gonna say it, and we will probably cut it out, Podracers. Ray J agreed he's going to donate all of or not donate, but his wedding gift to Kim Kardashian and Kanye West is going to be all of his profits from selling the sex tape.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't need that money.
I know.
He probably needs that money.
He definitely needs it more than either of the 2 of them do.
And also, you know what? He doesn't need to give them a gift. If I was Kanye, I would be like, no, you're not invited, you weirdo. Get out of here. Who does things like that? What
I
a
don't
tacky,
know.
weird thing to do.
Don't.
Did you ever hear that song where it was like, I hit it first?
Bullshit, you hit it first.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, technically, probably the doctor who gave birth had to slap her on the butt after she was born.
Exactly.
So technically, that doctor hit her first.
Yeah.
I would like to see a music video from that doctor singing about how he hit her first, and then just showing all the her being born. And I wonder what that baby's butt looked like. Because Kim Kardashian, when do you think she? This is weird.
We've gone. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Is Alec Baldwin smart?
Is Alec Baldwin smart? Relatively smart when compared to other
His
Baldwins.
brothers.
There's a couple Baldwins in that bunch. You know what? He's a smart for a Baldwin. And I think so. I'm sure he's pretty intellectual. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he could hold his own in some liberal conversation about like how bad George Bush was, or how Dick Cheney is Karl Rove's sex toy demon slave, Oliver Stone, liberal Hollywood. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure he's good at that kind of conversation.
My ex-girlfriend's mother went to high school with him. They're from Long Island. They're from Massapequa. And he was a dick in high school, apparently.
Yeah. That's funny.
Sorry, this is clowning. Oh, this was a thing. We agreed not to drop names when we were talking shit on celebrities.
What are you? You're dropping your ex-girlfriend's mom's name?
Who
do you know in this story?
I don't know anyone. I've had sex, guys.
This. I guess that's what you were dropping. Hey, Podracers. Go to your local Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind clinic and get the last few seconds, or this whole podcast, deleted from your mind. And you will have eternal sunshine for your spotless mind. Just go in there and be like, "Hi, Doc," and they're like, "What do you want? You want us to get rid of a relationship?" And you can be like, "No, it's going to be pretty easy today. I just need to get rid of this guy on this podcast, John."
Are these people regulars at the...
Yeah. Well, if they listen to Podracers, they're going to be regulars at the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind clinic.
I just want to get their horrible voices out of my fucking head.
Yeah, and then this one John guy was talking about how he had sex, and now I can't stop thinking about it, and just got to spotless this mind up a little bit, and then you do it. You get eternal sunshine of the spotless minded. Okay, John, here's a question. Mm-hmm. If you could get if you could delete any memory from your head,
okay,
one memory, what would it be?
One memory
from your mind that could go forever. It's not that it didn't happen, it's that you don't have to think about it ever again.
Oh, boy.
I know what mine would be.
Trying to, there's a whole slew of really embarrassing things that I would love to cut out of my mind.
Well, just you're going to get a spotless minded. Tom Wilkinson is going to come over to your house, put you in a bed, put a couple black dots on the side of your temples, and you're going to go...
And then just...
Yeah, and then you're just going to run through your memories as the lights are turning off and Kirsten Dunst and Mark Ruffalo are dancing on your bed around you, and Elijah Wood shows up, and hey, we're having a lot of fun.
Okay, I've seen the movie, so we can slow this down a little.
Okay, you fucking piece of shit.
Probably that time sophomore year of college, I asked that girl out, and it went embarrassingly poorly.
How? What?
It was just
more than just no.
It was I don't know why. It was in a situation I planned it badly, and there was no escape. You know what I mean? We just had to stand there for a minute afterwards.
Yeah. So you said.
Hey,
Vanessa!
We were waiting for something we were getting our evaluations from our teachers, I think.
You have done poorly.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think I was doing shitty in that class, so I had
is this sophomore year of high school or
college?
And you said, "Hey, Stacy, would you like to go to the Fish Under the Sea dance with me?"
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
And she said, "It's the Enchantment Under the Sea dance."
And that's exactly what Stacy said back to me.
And then,
And then silence. No, I would not give... Oh, I'm sorry.
John?
I'm not supposed to say.
Rule number 1 on Podracers.
Only you may sing.
Only I may sing. And I'm going to sing right now. Give me a beat. Yo. Yo. I'm 3 babies from the east. I'm 3 babies. Fuck you like a beast. When I get wet, you can't catch me. Bust you in the net and pee. I'm gonna pee on your face. I'm gonna pee all over the place when you try to stop me peeing. Hey yo, it's my dick that you're seeing in your face. I wag it like what? Fuck. All right. Well, that was fun for me, and not even for me, and for no one. Ants or Bug's Life? Go.
Bug's Life.
Ants for me. Okay, I think that's the end of Podracers for this episode, maybe, perhaps.
Rookie of the Year or Sandlot? Sandlot.
Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
Wow.
Die Hard or Lethal Weapon? Die Hard.
Fuck. Die Hard or Lethal. Okay, I love Lethal Weapon 2 more than Lethal Weapon 1, and I know that's sack. I know that's sacrilege, but I think Lethal Weapon 2 is better, and I think Die Hard 1 is probably better than Lethal Weapon 1, but I might think Lethal Weapon 2 is better than Die Hard 1.
Interesting.
But I also might think that Die Hard 3 is better than Lethal Weapon 1, because I fucking love Die Hard 3. Anyway, this has been the worst podcast in the history of time. We'll be back after these messages. Are you tired of using a rake? This rake! Now, 2 rakes for sale for the price of 1 rake. You mean to tell me I could get 2 rakes for buying 1 rake? That's right. Trade in your old rakes for gold. Rakes for gold at Harvey's Rakes for Gold on Pacoima and South Street. Rakes for gold. All right, so we're back. I guess we should mention that this podcast is sponsored. We have a sponsor.
That's right.
Rakes for Gold.
In Pacoima.
In Pacoima, where you could take your rakes and trade them in for gold.
Or 2 rakes.
Yeah. That's the deal. And at the rake shack, you take your rake and...
Rakes for Gold.
Rakes for Gold is the name. And you take a rake that you're not using anymore, and you could take it there, and they will give you just back gold. Hey, I have to read this copy. I'm sorry. It's all awkwardly written, but for the,
Yeah.
Hey, are you tired of your old rakes just lying around there? Well, now turn them into gold, or turn them into 2 rakes at Rakes for Gold in Pacoima. All right, cool. All right, I think that went pretty smoothly. Billy. All right, so I guess that's it. Is that it? Fan art?
Fan art?
Nah, we could touch base on fan art next time. Just, if you see any pictures of John on the internet, throw a bunch of dicks in his mouth.
Give me them dicks.
All right, say your catchphrase.
I'm a Tridarian. You're a Jedi.
No. I want you to say it like the guy says it. Why are you
want me to say it like Watto?
Yes. Why are you ever not saying it like Watto?
Because I can't do that voice that well.
Yes, you can.
I don't even remember his delivery on that line, to be honest.
Do it like Alanis Morissette would do it.
And I am a Tridarian.
Ugh.
And Jedi mind tricks
I don't.
won't work on me when you ran away.
Okay, this is close to you singing, and I am uncomfortable by it. Do it the way a British person would say it.
Oh, that's how I did it in the... Never mind. I'm a Tridarian. Your Jedi mind tricks won't work on me. They won't.
Do it the way Inspector Gadget would say it.
I don't even remember Inspector Gadget's voice. Go, Gadget Tridarian.
Now just say it the way that the fucking guy in the movie would say it.
I'm a Tridarian. Nope. That's it.
You don't have to commit that much. You would just do it.
I'm not going to do it if I'm not committing all the way.
Well, then commit all the way. Do it. Easy fix.
I'm a Tridarian. Your Jedi mind tricks don't work on me.
All right, and then we throw it to the song. Bye, guys. This is the song that ends the show. We had such fun, but we must go. If we meet in another life, perhaps I'll take you as my wife. Lights out, Alice. Good night.